part 4 of the Track from Scratch series. And again, for those producers who have no idea how to go from a loop to a full arrangement, this video is for you. I like to call it building out our scenes, and that's what we're doing today. We're building out our storyboard so that we can understand how our track would sound in different parts rather than just having one loop and trying to turn it into a full 5-minute song. We can't do that. We need a little bit in between. So if you want to learn that workflow, watch the video, like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, enjoy. Boom! Yes, you lot. We're back, and we're going to carry on with, I don't even know what this track's called yet, Higher Source, something along those lines. But, so, before I hit record, I did a couple changes, as you'll be able to see. First one being, I've changed this around now, so listen. Leave a bit of breathing room there, and then I kind of swapped what was there with what's there so that it kind of loops round now, and then it can go into the funk bit a little bit smoother, you know. Then we've got low energy, so now extended this out a bit so that it builds in energy a bit. And then medium energy, what I've done is, you see this first little bit here, not that bit, not the to the funk bit, just those two. I've copied that over. Let's move that over now. But yeah, cool. So we're at a position now where a lot of what's going on is coming together, like especially this bit now that I've sort of filled it out a bit. But now let's move on to the breakdown and see what we can do. The first thing I'm thinking is, let's get a call and response going with this. Same notes of this, but different sort of sound. So let's go and find a different sound. Let's find a plugin we can use. I might go, have I got Rave Generator on here? I should do. Rave Generator. Is he going to let me use it? Last time. So we want something a bit garagey. We don't want something too tech housey, you know. I kind of want something that's going to add to this sort of gritty vibe rather than, you know, the gritty ravey vibe we're going for. So what even is this one? This one's going to be not low energy. This one's going to be break synth. So if that's hitting there on the 2 bar, we could maybe do something at the 4 bar. So let's just think now, what can we... Let's listen through and just see, can we find a sound that's genuinely what we're after? Like dark, garagey, ravey, you know, the verbs and adjectives you were describing before. Not fucking verbs, but you know what I'm talking about, son. No, a bit too full on. Fuck, how do you... Yeah, so I'm pretty sure there's like a... Let's see what the M1 organ sounds like on here. Where is it? Oh shit, no. Is there not an M1 organ? Let's try Felix organ. Nah, maybe not for this track. Maybe for another track. Now we need something that's dark and adds a bit of a vibe. See what the voices are saying. I reckon that's cool. I don't mind it. I think we could definitely add some stuff to make it a bit cooler. A bit of a cool delay on here. I'm going to go into Crystallizer and see what we can add. We're looking for a weird kind of delay. Something that's just really going to fuck it all up. It's not too bad. I don't mind that, but nice. It's not in time enough. I'm not liking Crystallizer. I think just keep things simple with this one. Third echo, bit of ping pong. Yeah, that's better. Sometimes it's best to keep things simple. Gonna make sure that's a vocal so that I know. I guess you could say I have a higher source. You know, but everybody's not down with this connection. You know, but everybody's not down with this connection. So now those delays are kind of layering up and sounding. There's a bit of texture there now. It's not just the same. When people are listening to it over and over again, they're kind of going to focus on different things. It's not just the same thing. They might focus on the vocal. They might focus on the synth. And because this isn't going to get used so much, it's going to stay fresh. But I'm just trying to think, what else could we do just to fill out the gaps a bit and help create a different vibe? Maybe. So, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Let's try it. I'm going to add a pad in, using the notes from this femme basso. I don't know how different the vibe's going to change for the track, but I guess you could say I have. So I'm not really going to act like I know what chord this is exactly, but maybe if we move this up so that the root note So that it's kind of working with the main root note of the track. It's always good, you know, when you layer in chords and pads to sort of have quite a few octaves in there. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 octaves. 4 octaves. Obviously, we're picking quite a dull sound, and I think that's not even a polysynth. It probably is actually, but let's get it a bit more full with life. Arpeggios maybe. Fucking hell. I don't mind. I'm just trying to think what notes are not in key here. In all honesty, I'm just trying to think how can we actually make this work, because it does feel a little bit too bright for the kind of vibe we're going for. I guess you could say I never to the fall. Yeah, so I think this needs to go on the 3 really, doesn't it? I feel like this section's really starting to come together now that we've added all this stuff. So let's give it a listen and let's just hear where are the gaps. Yeah, so I might try one more time changing the sound. If not, we'll keep it the same because it does work, but it's just the feeling. So SA clearly. These are all pretty cool though. Why can't I mark none of these as favourite? Oh, fuck knows. I guess you could say I have a high source. It's a bit more subtle in it. Yeah, that's cool. I like it. I like that. Say I have a high source. Cool. I actually don't think there's anything more needed for those sections, because in those sections, obviously, we can just do good bits of automation. So where is the delay? It's this one.
but everybody's not there. I guess you can say I have a higher source.
So all I'm thinking for this bit now is that's quite cool. I like that, but then in this bit we can add some like extra snares just to like give it that bit more energy so that it's still, then we can sort of lead on to the switch on bit. And I think once we've done this, I think we are ready to arrange, and I might just do a rough arrangement quickly just to show you like what it looks like to go from this phase to a fully finished, not fully finished, but like a full arrangement, so that you can then go and actually turn it into a full song rather than just a collection of these scenes, because that's truly where the magic happens, and that a lot of it comes from automation than anything else, like adding stuff. You might add stuff, but mainly automation. So yeah, automation and variation, but we'll show you that. Snares. ME snares, medium energy snares. Fucking hell, why is it green? It's not meant to be green. Yeah, man. Oh shit, I've not even put that on a channel. Control L, simple as that. Let's get a little snare in there. I like that. It's unique. It's got some that nothing else in the track really has, so. Right. I think now I would be happy to arrange, genuinely, because I just think now it's so hard to sort of continue to just keep adding and adding and adding at a stage of the track where I feel like it would be better off taking things away as the track develops rather than adding things. Hopefully that makes sense, because some tracks you might want to continue adding and you might just want to continue to just make things sound, you know, quite full and constantly moving, you know, like a Chris Stussy track, like a Gaskin track. Like, there's always new shit coming in. But that being said, Gaskin track, what does Gaskin do a lot? He has a lot of drones in there. So I'm going to add a drone. A drone being just a sound that plays the root note constantly, and it's going to be like quite a backgroundy sort of noise. So I'm just going to have it constantly in the track. It's just going to texturize the track whilst playing that one note. So, final thing. And what would be good for drone? You know what, to be honest, adding drones is quite a new thing for me, so I don't really know where is best to look for it. But I'm going to have a look in Repro. I like that. That's quite cool just as a synth anyways, but see, I don't get why Repro's not letting me save anything. Fuck it. I'm going to save this. But yeah, sorry about that. I just needed to save it. Let's do it. So, might have a bit lower in the mix actually. Nah, you know what? I'm going to keep trying octaves until it picks the right one. Yeah, this one's the right one. I might change it as the track goes on because, to be honest, it's giving a bit of a different vibe. You know what? Let me just keep trying now because I do like it. I think the problem is that I like it, but maybe for a different track. See, a lot of music production is this, just sitting here, trial and error, trial and error, trial and error. And I know it's probably boring for you lot to watch, but it kind of is the reality of looking for good sounds, is that you are going to have to sit there and just trial and error until you find something you like. Like, don't settle for like the second best sound, always pick the best sound. That's pretty cool. Save that as like cool synth effect. I think what I'm going to do is the filter trick that I showed you lot before. I think that will probably just help it sort of sit better in the mix. Filter, bandpass. Did I even show you lot this? Actually, I don't know. Yeah. Have it do that. Oh shit, wrong one. There we go. Have it sit somewhere between like 1K and above. Have it go over 2 bars. And you know what, even within Shaper Box, I might automate the width, so that the width kind of does this, but less in your face. Cool. I think that stops it from being as stale then. It might not get used throughout the whole track, this drone, but it's definitely there to sort of create different moments and different feelings. I guess maybe in the high energy section it's not needed. I might even create a little fill here. Using some of the elements we've got. So, for example, this one's quite a strong hit. bit of something just to sort of create a bit of energy in this section, you know, these little micro arrangement techniques. But let's move on to the rough arrangement now.